Hey everybody, it's Bref on Ted here, talking about 2022. I know my uploading has been pretty inconsistent, if you can even call it inconsistent. It's more like scarce. I think I've uploaded maybe 6 or 7 videos over the course of, give or take, uh, a year. So yeah, um, so where do I really begin? 2022, it was a pretty good year for me, I think. A lot of big changes happened for me. For instance, the start of my final year of school, and the fact that, you know, good things have just happened to me. And this kind of, I don't really know what else to say other than, just big things have been happening for me personally. And I think that, honestly, all of this has happened because of the changes that I made to myself in 2020 to 2021. I became a better person. I became just less of a miserable little pill. And I really started to focus on myself. I stopped talking to people who I felt didn't have my best interests in mind, and I really put myself forward. And I don't mean that in a selfish way, because I don't want it to be selfish. Because it's not selfish to want to take care of yourself. That's not a bad thing to do, that's just human instinct. And really, 2022 is just another one of those years where, I try to look on the bright side of things, and, good things happen to those who wait. You give a little, you receive a little, and all that. You give a cent, maybe one day you'll get back two. And this kind of, I think, poetically reminds me of this time. And I was out riding my dirt bike on a trail. And, I was, going on a long little trail. And, I was about a couple miles away from, I guess you'd call it like the sort of area where people are, where anything would be. But it was a big trail out there. And, I'm going down there, and I stumble across this guy, and I see him sitting by the creek eating a sandwich and drinking Mr. Pibb, I think it was. He was drinking Mr. Pibb, and I didn't want to bring up that he was drinking Mr. Pibb, but I just brought up that he was drinking Mr. Pibb. Power to him though for bringing out the Mr. Pibb, but this isn't about his preference of vanilla cream sodas. This is about what happened. So I come across him. His bike is broken, and by his bike is broken, I mean like, his wheel is kind of like not where it is. The wheel on his bike is not where it is supposed to be. His bike is kind of leaned up against a tree. I mean, his bike obviously looks like something on it is broken. I don't really know how to describe it, but it wasn't running. And I go over to him, and I'm like, or do you need any help? And he's just kind of ignores me for a second, looks over, he's like, nope, I'm good. I'm like, you're like a couple miles away from. At first, I thought he was kind of like lost or something like that. I was like, you're a couple miles away from, anybody who could help you out. And he was like, yeah, I know, I'm good. And I said, your bike is broken. You sure you don't want me to just ride you back somewhere and get some help for you? He's like, nope, I'm good. And then I'm like, I was super confused. I was like, what is this guy doing? And then I'm like, are you sure you don't want help? And he's like, look, I'm not stupid. I know my bike is broken. And I'm a couple miles away from anybody who could help me out. And he said, I could look at it like my bike has stranded me in the middle of a forest, miles away from anybody who could help me. Or I can look at it like my bike is broken down and I can enjoy my sandwich and my Mr. Pibb next to the river, next to the river, because he was sitting next to a river. And he said, which one do you think I chose? And at first I didn't get it because I was like, you're still stuck away from everybody. You still gotta push it back. But then now I realize it. Now I realize that he knew that his bike was broken. He knew that he couldn't have predicted that his bike would break down at that particular moment, at that particular time, and he knew there was barely anything that he could do to prevent something like that. And instead of, you know, saying, oh, woe is me, this sucks, I hate everything, he sat down near the river, he bit into his sandwich, and he cracked open a cold Mr. Pibb, and he was just enjoying life. And, I think that he's a prime example of you can look on the horrible things that have happened, and you can think that's the worst thing that could ever happen to me. But on another hand, there's a sea and then there's a shining sea. And he chose to look towards the shining sea. That's all I can say. And really, for me personally, that's kind of just been the mentality I've had since 2021. And I've been trying to sort of take advantage of that. And really, now I understand it more. I'm not stressing over minuscule things that happen after you graduate from school. I am now looking at it positively as a new chapter. Instead of looking at it like I have all these responsibilities I have to do, I look at it as sort of a new chapter into what I will do. Maybe I'll upload more. Maybe I won't. Who knows? But I just want to say to all the people who have been here on the channel with me ever since I made this channel as a joke in middle school, I want to say thank you because you've really seen the development of me over time. And I could never get rid of this channel because it just means too much to me. Because it just shows how much I've evolved as a person throughout the years. As somebody who thought that when bad things happened to him, his life was over. He couldn't do anything to change it. And nowadays, when bad things happen to me, it only reminds me about how good it really is. So, anyway, that's 2022. Not too much to really say about it other than just I'm reaping the rewards that I've claimed ever since 2021. Maybe 2023 will be the year that shoots me down. Who knows? But if 2023 gives me the lemons, I'm sure as shit gonna make lemonade out of it. Anyway, this is Breath on Ted, and thanks for watching. And have a humble rest of your day.